Welcome to Everyday Physics. Normally, I want my videos to feature an experiment that we analyze, but I think that before that can happen, I need to go over some basic definitions. We'll be exploring motion first, so let's figure out what terms we need for this discussion. For something to be in motion, it has to first be in one place at one time, and then be in another place at another time. This is just what it means to move. So let's explore being in one place. Where something is, it's called position. But often we want to be precise about where something is. So we devise coordinate systems. The simplest coordinate system is just a number line. We'll take a meter stick as an example. If you have an object next to a meter stick, you can give its position by reading off the closest number. In this case, it'd be 35 centimeters. Giving just this one number tells you where it is. We often call this number x so that we can refer to the position in equations by the symbol x. But we don't need to stop at 1 meter though. We can use a measuring stick that is however long we want. And you can also add more dimensions. But for now, let's stick to one dimension. The second term that we care about is velocity. Velocity is the change in position with respect to time. Now, what does that mean? Well, you may be more familiar with the term speed. Velocity is actually the same as speed, except velocity also includes direction. So you can say someone is driving 25 miles per hour and you're giving them the speed. But if you say they're driving at 25 miles per hour north, then you're giving velocity. But for now, we're only interested in one dimension. So we'll define moving to the right as positive and moving to the left as negative. This means that the direction is automatically included. Whether this number is positive or negative tells you which way it's going. That means if you want to know the average velocity of an object that's moved from point A to point B along a line in a certain amount of time, you take the distance traveled and divide by the time it took. As an example, if you see an object at 1 meter and then you see it at 5 meters 10 seconds later, then it went 5 minus 1 equals 4 meters divided by 10 seconds, that gives 0.4 meters per second. That's your velocity. The third term is acceleration. This is related to velocity the same way velocity is related to position. Remember that velocity is the change of position divided by the change in time. Acceleration is the change in velocity divided by the change in time. So, if you measure different velocities at different times, you can follow the same procedure. If you measure the velocity at 5 seconds to be 10 meters per second, and then 5 seconds later, at 10 seconds, you measure the velocity as 20 meters per second, now we have to take the change in velocity, 20 minus 10 equals 10 meters per second, and divide by the change in time, 10 seconds minus 5 seconds equals 5 seconds. This gives an acceleration of 2 meters per second, often called 2 meters per second squared because you have 2 seconds on the bottom of that fraction. So let's recap. The position is where something is. The velocity is how fast your position changes. And acceleration is how fast the velocity changes. Thanks for watching. Please stick around for the next videos where I'm gonna finally put these terms to use and introduce some experiments, and hopefully it'll be a bit more fun.